Hello to the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to another episode of Citizen Sleeper. It is a turn-based game where you take control of the operator in like sort of a cybernetic body and do tasks around this station, go through days, unravel the story, escape from the corporation that quote-unquote owns you. You can find the full playlist in the comment description below the video if you want to watch it from the start. I'm quite far into it, and yeah, I'm gonna try to remember here what in the world was I even doing. Pretty sure, like, if you go across here, there's some quests. Currently in the episode 2 flux right now. So yeah, we're helping these three ships here, like Pilgrim Seed, Climbing Briar, Dust Houses, and yeah, I guess we'll continue the story here. Let's see, what is our current objective? Study the flux. Peak wants you to help to study and understand the flux event that occurred on the station. Find and access the flux node. Wait for Peak to finish researching. Okay, and I got flotilla support. Sol is asking you to help bring stability to the ships from Ember's heart. Song and step within song and step within the flotilla. And I think one of these three is this one that I already helped. Then we got Ember's step facility. This is which one? It's one of the three. And then step silk. Not sure which one of these three it is. And here we got what? Oh, here we have Peak. Okay, Peak's progress. Peak is researching something to do with the flux event and seems totally absorbed. They'll let you know when they're ready. So this first, this one here, we have to wait for him to finish researching, and this one here we can continue to work on. Let's see what's here. Step, Song, and Heart. Stability in the flotilla means relieving the pressure on the refuges from all 3 moons of Ember. Okay, it seems like I only have one left. Alright. Okay, and then it's gonna be this one here. So yeah, let's work on it. So we can either do Step Silk Care. Okay, let me turn this off. There we go. We can either do Step Silk Care. Improving the dust houses isn't the only way to sustain the Step Silk. With intuitive care, the plant can be made more resistant, right? So it's into it, we get a +2. Okay, and then we got Dust House Shielding Engineer skill. We also have +2 on that. Now this one is more efficient. We get +3 to preservation. If the dust houses are to preserve their closed biomes, they will need shielding against the flux and protecting from the slow decay. Well, if I put this dice here, we're gonna get 100% positive result. And if I put a 3 in there, it's gonna be like 50% positive, 50% neutral. Do I wanna gamble? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see what the neutral result is. Oh no, we got a positive outcome. Great. And then, yeah, and then to get our dice back, we need to go and sleep. Now, I do like to sleep at my house where we have the stray cats in my apartment. Before I do that, we will go at Memphis's place and put some money in and eat to increase this energy bar here. There we go. And yeah, let's go sleep. Before we sleep though, we will feed the stray. This does nothing but drain our credits, but that's okay. Right, and let's end the cycle. So the start of this game had quite a big pressure of, oh, what are these dice, so bad. Had a big pressure, like it was hard to keep up with our suit quality and food and money, and at some point I became super rich and I can do whatever I want now, but still I like to try to be efficient. So we're gonna go here, help with their step silk thing, and okay, since I'm very high level, I have all these wonderful skills here. Like the only thing that I'm missing is like a +2 in engage and endure, basically. And endure I'm missing hard to kill, but this doesn't do anything. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking, which means like if this is all the way down, which anyhow, let's click this thing and finish the objectives here. I can put a 5. There we go. And bam, we helped them out. And now we're gonna get a Aki, Ember's, oh, so this is step, Ember's step. So here in the mission to help Heart, Song, and Step, this one is Step. Okay. Hello there, Aki. You and Aki stand side by side at the viewing window in silence. The dust swirls and you glimpse the twisted root systems of the step silk through the ochre haze. After all these cycles, you feel a strange connection to a world on which you have never set foot. Aki shifts from foot to foot. She seems restless, eager to speak, but unsure what to say. We did it! Aki smiles at you warmly. We did. She pauses and turns back to the window. What is the value of all this? She asks suddenly. Of preserving a world we have left behind. Interesting. History, heritage, or conservation? This is a philosophical question. I don't think it matters what we say here. But like, personally, I care about conversation the most. I don't really care too much about history or heritage. Like, I like to live in the present, think about the future, make things better for the future generations. Like, just remembering the people of old. Does it serve any purpose? I don't think so. Although it makes you feel better if you think about history and heritage, then you like to imagine that future generation will also think about you once you're gone. But anyhow, conservation. Aki is silent for a moment. These creatures should be protected, yes, but for us, their conservation is conditional. We keep them alive because we need to use them. I can't pretend we are conservators when we harvest as much as we are able to. Well, I was meaning more like conserving your lives, dude. I mean, do this. Like, I was meaning like, not like... Yeah, I was meaning more like a survival kind of conservation, you know? But okay, misunderstanding. Well, the fourth option wasn't even offered, so... Aki paces away, lost in thoughts. I'm grateful to you for helping protect the dust houses, for ensuring their... just one moment. There we go. For ensuring their slide into the decay is delayed, even averted. But now I find myself at an impasse. The stability of the dust houses changes things. It makes me aware of how blinkered we have been. Aki stops to look at you, her posture somehow different. In the ecosystems of steppe, if its people cannot grow to meet the future, why preserve it? She frowns. Are we just slaves to the preservation of what came before? Well, no. No, I think you can do for the future. You can change. Aki comes close, holds your hands in hers. We must change. We must change to live. She smiles. I have seen that in you. The steppe, these people, this ship, should serve more than heritage, than history. They should serve the future. She takes a breath. Well, now I'm glad you agree. There are those in the flotilla that need clothes, that need food, that can benefit from the gifts of the steppe's ecosystem. I want you to invite them. Can you do that for me? Of course. I know that Sol sent you, she smiles. You can tell him Aki, captain of the wind's long shadow, invites all the people of the flotilla to come. I will. She nods. Aki steps away. You want to know about the flux, no? About its purposes, its origins, she smiles. You wish to protect your home as we could not. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell you. It's an exotic wave of sorts, an energy that passes through matter. It chieves the very charged particles which run through our electrical system. It is possible to shield against it as you would radiation, as we have done with the dust houses, but only while it is weak. The flux event here was much like the first ones we felt on Ember Steppe, localized, destructive but bearable. But in time its strength grew. I don't know if it will be the same here, but... She pauses. It is coming from the center of the system, from the close orbit of Hellion star H1. That is all we could uncover. She is silent for a moment, unsure what to add. I'm sorry I cannot offer more, but you're always welcome on this ship. She smiles. I hope I will see you when the others come. She squeezes both your hands. I hope this ship, these dust houses, can be more than a museum. I hope they can be a home. With this, she turns and leaves, and you feel that word home resonating with you like a struck bell. Right, okay, and that does that. And now we can talk to their pragmatic captain of the third ship, which kind of he decided for himself he wants to be the leader of the flotilla. And the rest didn't really agree with that idea. But now that I helped everyone, maybe he gets like some kind of, influence to be able to perform that. When you arrive at the bridge of the Pilgrim's Seat, Soul is waiting for you. You wouldn't believe the messages that have come through in the past few cycles, Sleeper, he smiles. The ship from Steppe has sent a goodwill gesture, a whole cache of supplies from their own farms, he smiles. I'm not sure how we'll use them, but the gesture is a welcomed one. Song, meanwhile, are apparently accepting supplies again, although a little reticently, if I may say so. Soul smiles. I don't expect them to change anytime soon, it should be said. And what I'm wondering, Sleeper, is what part you had in all of this? Soul eyes you, waiting for an answer. Everything, dude, everything. I changed things, I helped where I could. No part, I helped where I could. Let's be modest here. I've come to expect that of you, Sleeper. He smiles, you look at Soul, his eyes bright and eager, and wonder what he sees in you. Are you a tool to be used or an ally? It can be hard to tell. I want to show you something. Soul squeezes your shoulder, turning you to face the lift. He leads you along the axis of the ship towards the engines, the clanking of his suit accompanied by the constant hammering and welding that fills the echoey bulkheads of the Pilgrim's Seat at all hours. With the cordon lifted and shuttles able to go out to salvage scrap and barter for supplies, the ship has become a place of transformation, moving towards same state yet to be revealed to you. Some state. You look at Soul. What is his plan here? What is he preparing the Pilgrim's Seat for? Or are his sharp eyes simply focused on making it through the next cycle? Cycle is one day, basically. Suddenly Soul stops in front of a huge bulkhead door, like the seal on the front of a dry rock hanger. He signals to someone in a cabin high up, attached to the wall, and they begin the process of opening it up. The Pilgrim's Seat was built as a short-range freighter carrier, you know. The amber warning lights on the bulkhead door send spinning shadows across Soul's face. We built it to ship the entire harvest from thousands of farms to the silos on the Passero. When we realized we need to leave, it was the biggest ship we could muster. Soul raps on a metal plate. And somehow, she carried us all the way out here. You led the vacation? Me? Not even close. I was a farmer, had a whole load of land and people to run it, and my people helped convert this place for the long trip. He looks at his feet. Other lads organized the evacuation and debated the plan. Stay silent. Not one of those folks made it. Soul rubs his forehead. We were out in the black a long time before we got here, Sleeper. Things happened. The upshot is I was chosen to take over. I guess my crew trusted me and I knew the ship. I argued, reminding them I'm no leader and that I'm sick, but well, when service chooses you. So basically he cannot really walk. He has this whole suit that supports his weight and a cane apparently. So yeah, he can walk thanks to this suit. That's my understanding from previous episodes, if I recall correctly. A loud klaxon sounds, indicating the bulkhead doors are ready to open. They groan as they slide back, the metal squeals echoing through the vast ship, bouncing off its hard-plated walls. At first all you see is darkness, then the lights go on, in huge strips that stretch back and back, okay, as far as you can see. The space in front of you, a vast bay, bigger than any of you have ever seen, is empty. When we left Heart, we didn't have the time or resources to convert the entire ship. Soul begins leading you into a massive space. So much of the bright space we sealed away, shut down. But now we have time, we have resources. We stabilized here, at least for the moment. Soul turns to you. Now is the time we make use of all of this. What are you planning? What do you think happens next for the Eye Sleeper? Soul sighs. The flux has already hit one part of the station, and from what I know it will hit again. On Heart, we lost everything. Oh, we need to evacuate? Really? There isn't much time, Sleeper, but there is enough time to do something. Think of the number of people we can fit on here. The farming stacks, the housing. Hell, we can plant some of those mushrooms you love so much. Oh, I do love me some mushrooms, that's for sure. This is the way forward, the only way. We need to fill this ship with able bodies and head for the starboard belt. Interesting. I thought the Eye was your destination. It was, until the flux hit here. Now it's just another stop. I'm glad of the chance to resupply and salvage, but we need to go further out. I want you to help me. You know the eye, you have connections, and you can work hard. I've seen it. Soul meets your eye. I know you're like me, Sleeper. You didn't choose service, but it chose you. Right. So basically he wants to take anything valuable, people included, from the eye, the spinning station that he started the game on and spent like, I don't know, a couple of months here. Load it into his cargo ship and continue the journey away from this flux phenomena that's happening and that's wreaking havoc on electrical systems and stuff. Can this work? It has to, Sleeper. There's nothing else. I know it's a lot to think about, Sleeper. Trust me. Soul begins to lead you back out of the bay. But think of what we can do here. The flotilla can't last forever. We need more than just farmers to make this work. We need to build a new world for ourselves. I've heard that out there in the belt there are people who've been setting up since the collapse, making something of their own. That's our future, tucked away in those rocks, far from all of this. I didn't bring my people here just to let them die somewhere new. Soul crosses back over the threshold of the bay and signals for the operator to close it up. The door groans and Soul waits for it to stop. Think about it, Sleeper. Soul claps an arm on your back. But don't wait too long. This is happening soon. And he leaves you there, in the silence of this vast bay. Your head spinning with the thought of leaving the eye. Well, I had many opportunities. Oh, we got an upgrade point. That's cool. Now we have two. So I guess we did we did that mission. Cool. We only have one mission right now. We need to wait for the peak. That's gonna be tomorrow, basically. So yeah, that's fine. Whew. I had many opportunities to leave the eye. Okay, we can go back. We can go up, actually. Wait. Up. We can go up here. Okay, wait. We can go... up here. Ascend to hub. So from here we can like do a nice circle, like see the whole station. Pretty nice, isn't it? So this is where we started the game. Not here, I mean on the whole thing. And this is where I decided to stay. Every time there was an opportunity to leave, I stayed behind, because there was always some more people to help that needed help. And yeah, I think I'm still gonna stay probably. Let's see. Okay, let's go and see how my farms are doing. I have my own personal farms. They are Phillips. They're here. These are my farms. We can harvest mushrooms here. There we go. The crop of fruiting bodies have broken the surface of the mulch. Once harvested, you'll have to grow more. Okay, and then we can grow and plant some more. There we go. This is where we grow matsutake caps, sterile caps, and club head caps. Mushrooms are the main way people eat on this station. There we go. And then these spores we use to grow mushrooms, we actually get them here. We go to the mushroom. What are they called? Mushroom grows, and then here we collect spores to plant. And yeah, now we're out of dice, so it's time to go sleep again. Right, and before we go to sleep, of course, we're gonna feed the stray. There we go, little kitty cat. They are a cat after all. Okay, I'm gonna repair ourselves with scrap components. We have a mechanical suit that needs maintenance. Okay. Now when we wake up, we're gonna get a call from Peak probably. Oh, not yet. Okay, let's go eat. I think this is the cheapest place to eat at. It might not be, I don't know. Okay. Wait for Peak to finish researching. Are you done researching, Peak? It's weird that we didn't get like a notification. There it is. Weird. Usually the game forces you to like engage with these. Hello there, Peak. Have you ever heard of Can Channel Sleeper? Peak asks as soon as you enter the bay, as if you were in the middle of a conversation. These are heavy circles. There are heavy circles under the eyes, and you aren't sure if they moved since you last visited. The console they are working at seems to have grown too, shadowing their slight frame in a belt of screens and wires. Can? No, I didn't hear about it. Tell me more. Peak turns to face you. Kionman is active negation, the name of the effect used to transport trillions of tons of materials from the surrogate systems to the core. You might have heard of it in your physics classes. At XPR, they hammered the principles into us as kids. Can. Peak recites the definition as if in the classroom. A process of collapsing spatial causality along the Euclidean distance between 2 points by negating mass simultaneously at both ends of geodesic curve. Okay, so this is like some kind of SF process. We don't know how to do this yet on Earth. Collapsing spatial causality along the Euclidean distance between 2 points by negating mass simultaneously at both ends of geodesic curve. How can you negate mass though? I don't know. Essentially, CAN channels allow for the near instantaneous transport of raw materials between systems. They require huge volumes of energy, of course, and decades of construction. But once a CAN channel is established, it opens up a system for infinite exploitation. The backbone of surrogacy is what XPR called them. Peak shakes their head. They might not be able to send anything more complex than a rock through them. Complex machines and people are, shall we say, reconfigured by the process, but for raw, molecularly pure materials, Peak flicks a hand. Whoosh! Okay, this is your research. Peak pauses. What I was trying to find out was whether the Hellion system, this system, ever had a CAN channel. CAN channels are vastly expensive to build, to run. Not every surrogate system has one. Many use fraction drive ships to transport their materials to the nearest hub. But Solheim? Peak smiles. Solheim spared no expense when they established this system. There's a CAN channel? Yep, Peak eyes light up. They shut it down before the collapse. They couldn't run the sender-receiver station anymore, but it was there. It still is, as far as I can tell, closely orbiting our star. In fact, Peak grins, they've been building to this. I'm sure it's still there, because one of the issues with CAN channels are the massive waves of exotic energy they can produce when cycling up. The flux. Okay, so this thing is causing the flux, okay? Exactly. Peak's face suddenly drops. Someone is starting up the channel. Whew, why? He doesn't know why or who, so it's pointless to ask, but fine. Peak sucks in a breath. That, I don't know. They start counting off information on their fingers. They need a lot of resources to do it, and they need to have people from the core systems, but there's no real large-scale extraction in the Hellion system anymore, so why would you go to the trouble? Maybe it's Solheim? Or just to trigger the flux? Peak rubs their red eyes. The flux, the wave the CAN effect produces, is a side effect. A problematic one, but it isn't a destructive force. If it was, the core system would have never been able to use it. So, then, why are colonies collapsing because of it? Why is it chewing up through systems? The kind of industrial system set up to function within the range of a once active CAN channel. Peak is getting frustrated. The moons of Ember have been terraforming since before the collapse. They would have had to deal with the flux, yet everything we have heard from the Refuges says it brought down every system they had. Peak falls quiet, thinking it all through. Your mind drifts too, thinking of the CAN channels, those vast accusal highways that prop up the core systems and their endless appetite for resources. This system has been quiet for decades. Solheim collapsed, most corporations gave up their claims, and apart from the sailless ships that came to begin work on the side rail horizon, no one from the core has come here in at all that time. You shiver as you imagine the intention of the core, the systems of logic and exploitation that created your suffering, turning towards the Hellion system, a floodlight turned to this dark corner. A shrill bleep catches both of your attention and Peak rushes to a screen, one showing a crude map of the station. On it, individual markers begin to flare up with insistent chirps. Peak looks puzzled for a moment, and then their face drops. No, no, no. They lean in close. This doesn't make any sense. What's happening? The flux nodes are appearing elsewhere on the station. Peak pulls out their hair. I set the system to alert me to other flux nodes near the epicenter of the flux event. But these are everywhere. The hub, the low end, the shipyard. How can this happen? The only reason we saw flux nodes here is because it is the most rundown part of the station. They were barely shielded, but others appearing so far after the event? Peak turns to you. You're going to need to get me the data from these nodes and quickly. I'll keep looking at what I have here, but I need to know why they're popping up everywhere. Right now, when I can, dude, I'm gonna jump on it right away. Right now. We can talk more about CAN channels and system history when you're back, but this needs our attention right now. Peak turns quickly back to the monitor, their eyes following scrolling screens of code spewing from the newly fluxed nodes. You lift quickly but struggle to shake the image of the spotlight from your mind. You feel washed as you cross back into the pilgrim seat on your way to a shuttle bay. You carry onward, eager to outrun the fear. Alright, what's this? Deliver flux data. Peak has tracked flux nodes in the low end, hub, and shipyard. They want the data extracted from all three. Okay. Any time limit or anything like that? Well, he said right now. So this is like the hacking view, where you can interact with, like, I don't even know what to call this. The hacking layer. Okay, I got some agents that we usually farm for money. I was expecting these to be here, but apparently not. Where are they? Where are they? I have no idea. Peak wants you to help to study and understand the flux event occurred in the station. Find and access the flux node. Wait for Peak to finish researching. Find and extract free flux nodes. Okay, is it up maybe? Not that I can tell. This didn't used to be like this, that you could watch the station from all angles, was it? But anyway, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. I'm confused right now. Did I miss anything? Oh wait, I already have the notes. I already did it. Hey, Peak. Here you go. I'm super fast. What in the world? Peak loads the data into their decoding setup. It'll just be a moment. Don't leave, sleeper. You watch as Peak works on the flux data, the nodes unfolding like flowers now, giving into Peak's increasingly sophisticated decoding protocols. Seeing data like this, as an image on a screen, it's an almost unrecognizable representation to you. It is nothing like swimming among nodes and threads. Despite this, Peak has proven themselves to be more than able to handle these complex data structures, even though this limited representational paradigm. The bay door hisses, interrupting your flow of thoughts. You turn to see Ash entering. Ash! She looks up and meets your eye but doesn't respond. Ash stalks into the bay, head down. She looks tired and not in a mood to talk. How's the weapon hunt? Peak asks without turning from their screen. Slow, unsuccessful, tedious. Ash slams a bag down on a crate and hops up to sit on it. You still unpicked balls of yarn? You still unpicking balls of yarn? With the sleepers' help, Peak smiles. They brought me some good stuff this cycle. Maybe they could help you find the weapons you were smuggling. It's clear that Ash doesn't appreciate Peak's tone. Stay silent. Peak holds up a hand. Shh! They lean in towards the screen. Son of a... What? They hid it in the wake of the wave. Peak is whispering to themselves. It's alive. They lean back into their chair. Ash crosses over to look at the screen. Alive? Well, it's growing, it's processing, it's quietly working away in the dark. Look. He crosses over to the screen and stands beside Ash. In it, you can see that Peak has all 4 nodes decoded, and the pattern of shadows from inside them sit on the screen like dark stains. Then you notice it, the movement, the thin thread cross from one stain to another. As you watch, you notice that the movement only ever happens in your peripheral vision, as if this shadow knows it's being watched. This is how the other flux nodes appeared. Peak rubs their eyes. They weren't fluxed by the wave, they were corrupted after the fact. This thing, this shadow that entered in the wake of the wave, it corrupted them, but it made the corruption look like the result of the flux. It's sleight of hand. Peak runs a hand through their hair. The flux wave is so massive, so complex that it opens up the systems to be attacked. As it reconfigures exposed system, the shadow is broadcasted implanted inside. The wave from Can channel, it is a brute force way of hitting every system in Helion. Once the systems are vulnerable, Peak looks pale, their eyes reflect the screens. The flux isn't what is attacking the systems, it is the siege weapon, a Trojan horse. Then this thing takes over. Peak sits back in their chair. And it's already on the eye. Wait. Ish rubs her forehead. You're telling me there is a Can channel in this system? Oh yeah, we didn't get her up to date. Shit, Peak isn't listening. This is bad. We have to take this to someone. Peak looks desperately at you. Helene or Soul? Oh crap. This is a hard decision. So Soul is the mechanic that we spoke in this episode, the one who wants to like grab everything useful he can and evacuate. And Helene is like a Heaven Edge officer. Heaven Edge is like a, let's call it a police force, security force on the station, something like that. And she's in charge of them. And I guess now we have to decide where our loyalties lie. Now this game, it is fairly linear, but sometimes I have a feeling it's not. So I don't know. I really like Soul. And Helene's like, I don't know, pragmatic, but but she's still like having a security officer, and very often she gets in the way of what we're trying to do, because well, we are operating a little bit under the law most of the times. Like we are like more like we do things that need to be done, even if they're not really per rules. And yeah. But I think this is something that concerns the Eye, and she's like the one in charge of the Eye, so I don't know why we would go to Soul though. He could be like, hey, I told you, we need to get out of here, and then we could follow that quest line. I think I prefer to stay on the Eye, really, so I'm gonna choose Helene here, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Is that wise? Ash cuts in. Heaven Edge hasn't exactly made good decisions lately. Yeah, that's true. So they almost killed everyone on the flotilla that Soul came in because they didn't want them to let them dock. They would starve if it wasn't for us bringing the food to them. And these two, they are also from the flotilla, and they are the ones who asked me to help the flotilla out. They are the station administrators, Ash. Peak is desperate. They need to know. Yes, I agree. That's why I chose them. The argument rages between them, and as you watch them shouting, you feel sick. After a while, they stop, running out of things to say. An unsettling silence descends on the bay. I need more time, Peak says quietly. I need to look at solutions, try to build a case, collect the evidence. We mess this up? They look down at their hands. Ash goes back to speak and then thinks better of it. Not a word, Sleeper. Peak meets your eye. Don't tell anyone until they're ready. They sigh. With the tension among the refugees, Soul won't be ready to hear this, and Helene and Heaven Edge are still mirrored in some kind of crisis. Okay, so the choice wasn't really important here. It's like, whatever we chose, he would be like, nope, shh. So it still remains linear. But like, every time I get like an interesting choice, I'm like, is this where the game gets to spread out? Although what is not linear is like, who do you work for first? Like all the hubs we have in the Eye to interact with, they are like in their final stages of development. Like the farm, you don't have the access to farm at start. You have to earn it, and then the guy we buy our lunch from wasn't always selling us so cheap, and so on and so forth. We tell Refuge they are likely to react badly, and even the flotilla stabilized soul is also not going to react well to this. I need time to build a case. You're too twisted up in this peak, Ash says quietly. This is not our place. We don't owe... Stop, Ash, Pig slumps in their chair. Stop. You leave them like that, exhausted and troubled, and head back out into the pilgrim seed. When you close your eyes, you think of those shadows, that movement at the edge of your vision. Something dark growing in the station like a parasite. You feel sick, your vision blurs what comes next. You stop in a corridor and take a breath, putting a hand on a rumbling metal wall. For now, the eye keeps spinning. For now. Okay, we got another upgrade point. That's great. So now we have 3 again. I mean, I could go and upgrade my engage if I wanted to. It would take 5 total points to get my endure to max, so this would make most sense. But I can also wait a little bit, there's no rush. Right now I don't have any active drives. Drives is what this game calls quests, basically. We have to wait 2 days. Episode Refuge complete. The second part of the flotilla story is complete. Episode Purge, the final episode, will begin when the clock below is complete. Good luck. Oh, I finished the second episode, that's cool. Okay, let's... Okay, so we now need to wait for that. Okay, there's nothing more to do there. Base camp, I guess this is the house they gave us that we can use here. Okay, cool. Right, let's self-repair before I forget to do it. There we go. Good, and then... What's this? The wastes. Okay, I'll go here. So basically, I'll collect some scrap here. So whenever I have some downtime, this is my favorite spot to go to, because this scrap is used to repair our suit. So this will give us 3 days worth of repair materials. Okay, my farm's growing, that's good. Hifa commune, we can work here. Okay, this is our another home we can use. Like all these people opening up places for us. Stabilizer synthesis. With a couple of clubhead caps, Riku can extract the miraculous stabilizer they produce. It's a hard thing to believe. Oh, really? I can get stabilizers here? Oh, that's wonderful. Let's grab some. Stabilizers, they're like 5 scraps, basically. Clubhead caps. Okay, I guess those we get also here when we farm. Mushroom grows. Forage for fungus. Yeah, here we get Girol caps. Those are common. Although, funnily enough, I have 12 Girol caps and 47 Matsutake. Still the harvest. Yeah. Barter for food. I wonder if I put 13 Syra in here, how much food I get. Well, I'm kind of full on food, so I'm not gonna do anything else there. Okay, and then yeah, the low dice, they are kind of risky to use, so usually what I do, I just use them to like hack these people here, get some data, and then this data can be used to we can sell them. So Yatagan, they are like, I don't know, kind of like gang, a mafia or something like that. You get Yatagan data from that, and then you can go and sell these to Refuge, and the other way around as well. So I'm gonna go to Refuge, sell a couple of these, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the episode actually. So yeah, hopefully enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do some nice things, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Citizen Sleeper. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.